Hello, scrappy friends. Welcome to my live. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to be here. If this is your first time here, my name is Diane Gutierrez, and you have come across my scrapbooking live event, and I'm so happy you're here. So we have a lot to talk about today, and we are going to do some scrapping. So if you want to scrap along with me today, we're going to make a very simple, but yet it's a little bit tricky background page, and you need to get two pieces of pattern paper that you like both sides of, and they should match, but they don't have to match. And then another piece of coordinating pattern paper, or even a piece of coordinating cardstock. So we need 3 pieces of paper to make our background or our layout spread design today. So if you want to work on that, and we'll get started in a little bit, I'd love for you to follow along with me. But before we do that, let's talk about what's happening in Creative Memories world today. Here we go. And I have to apologize real quick if you hear the wind. It is super windy here. Hope we make it through this live, that our power doesn't go out. So, hello. Hi, Sharon. So what is going on in Creative Memories world? They had another super launch day this past Monday. Some really fun stuff. Of course, I put my favorite one here is the embellishment buffet. This is right up my alley, right? I love flowers, and if you love flowers, embellishments like I do, then you want to jump on this buffet. What the buffet is they're offering 6 different packages of these floral embellishments. You'll see all the different colors. There's the red all the way down to purple, and 4 others in between. And it's full of just floral elements, and I did see some enamel pieces. And if you buy 6 or more during this buffet, and this is the buffet part of it, is you'll get a free sticker sheet. You'll get the sticker sheet and a large sticker sheet, the 2 that you see here on the screen. So super fun. You don't have to buy all 6, of course, and you don't have to buy one of each color. Just get the colors that you love and that you will use. So I'm super excited about that, of course. Got to stock up on my floral embellishments. They always come in handy. And then they also, here we go, launched the new Welcome Baby collection. It's a beautiful new line. It's the actual collection itself is very gender neutral. I'm going to let this continue. I'll show you the paper here. It's a lot of teals and yellow and some beige or brown wood. Here we go. Here's the paper. And I feel like these are not just for babies, or maybe not just human babies. These would be perfect for fur babies also. And springtime, Mother's Day, spring birthdays, a lot of things. You could see there's not a ton of baby icons. There are a few. Let's see, I'm trying to count here. 1, 2, 2 to 3. 2 to 3 that are specifically for babies. The rest are, I feel like, very useful for other things. And also a new border making cartridge. For those of you that collect border making cartridges, you're gonna love this one. It's the bear chain. As you can see there on the screen, it has little bears in a chain and little hearts in between each of the bears. Super, super cute and very perfect for this baby collection. I was also thinking this morning, my girls did like a, what do you call, Build-A-Bear event with their Girl Scout troop years and years ago, and this would be a perfect one for that. Also, I was thinking I could use this for a story. For my son has a little teddy bear that he had since he was a baby, and it would be cute to make a whole page just on his little bear and the different places we took the bear, and and you know what we named the bear and why we named him that, all that fun stuff. So I think this is going to be kind of a useful little punch or cartridge for me. So to go along with the baby collection, they put out 2 smaller paper packs. I'm looking at these more like totally tonal or tonal type paper packs, because I think they're very useful. You want to start building a stash if you're new. I know we have a lot of new scrapbookers watching. One way to build your stash is to bring in collections like this. There's 6 sheets, so it's a smaller collection, and they're still double-sided, but they go along with a lot of different pages, not just the babies. But they are beautiful too, so of course I love that. And to go along with the collection, they put out several other things. In fact, you need to go online and check it out because I didn't even post everything on here. But of course, there's an 8x8 baby album, makes a perfect gift for somebody. That's a whole kit, and that comes in 3 different colors of album covers. There's also a trio card kit, which I think Creative Memories is doing a great job of bulking up our card collection this year. These are great. It's just the right number to have on hand. And so in case you need it and you have, find out somebody had a baby, you can have these pre-made and then just pull them right out and send them off. I love that idea. And this is the time of year when Creative Memories put out their limited edition 8x8 album covers. These are beautiful. These are so springy. I love the green one with the foil leaves. Super cute. And this is a great size, and they don't put out the 8x8 new album covers very often. So if you're interested in these, you want to grab those up while they're available. And then last but not least is Simple Page Kit number 4. This one has an Easter theme to it. Again, we talked about this last time. We could, reimagine these, but these are also going to be more thematic than this Life collection because these are meant to be inserted into your album all year long as you're creating your album using this Life collection. So we'll see. I haven't gotten my order yet, so I haven't seen these. I think that's always the case when we meet on Thursdays. I haven't quite received my order. Okay, let me come on back. Whew, that was a lot. There's a lot going on. Always something new and fun. But right here is my Creative Memories website. If you have an advisor, then of course, please buy from them. If you're looking for an advisor, I would love to be your advisor, and you can find me at Creative Memories right here. And it's also in the link of all my video descriptions and as well as my email. So if you ever need anything, then you'll see my email there as well. Okay, a couple quick announcements. Yours hasn't even shipped yet. Yeah, honestly, mine hasn't either. So I probably won't get it till next week. Yeah, probably Monday or Tuesday, or probably Tuesday of next week. Hopefully it goes out soon. Okay, so what do I have coming up this week? Not this week, but coming up here soon. If you are interested in coming and scrapping along with us for my National Scrapbook Day event, here is some of the details. It's going to be April 13th from 9 to 3 p.m. We are going to create 4 double page layouts, and it says 1 border. So we're going to take the 1 border and turn it into a page. That'll be one of our double page spreads. So we will be making a border and then using it right away onto a layout. And overall, the whole day we'll create 4 double page layouts. And we're going to have them in those categories that you see there: fun with tools, keeping it simple, border to pages. So it should be a lot of fun. I have a registration form attached in the description of this video. So if you're interested, you can get more information there. Okay. And let's see what else here. Also, I'm sorry, I was muted. You could probably see there, I'm having a project day available for anyone who purchases the project recipe or the customer bundle from me. We'll get together here on April 27th. Again, it'll be a pretty long day because I think there's a total of 5 different projects to create. So we'll be creating all those. So again, if you're interested, it's in the description of the video. And then lastly, make sure my sound is on. I'm offering monthly beginner classes, and I'm offering these to any level of scrapbooking. You don't have to be a new beginner. Of course, I would really love to meet new beginners. It's fun to find new people to join our hobby and to teach about scrapbooking. I do these on Zoom, and we had a fun time last time. We did a very quick page. We got a 2-page spread done in less than, I think it was 40 minutes. So that was pretty exciting. And I'm going to do it again in March 27th, if you're available Wednesday afternoon from 1 to 2. Okay, and again, the registration for all those are in the description of this video, or email me and I can get that to you. Okay, in fact, here is my email address if you are looking for it and you want to email me. Okay, let's get to scrapbooking. Have you grabbed your papers? If you're just jumping on and you want to follow along with me, you need 2 pieces of pattern paper that you like both sides of. They should be the same, but they don't have to be. And 1 piece of cardstock or another piece of coordinating pattern paper to the first ones that you picked out. Okay, so what are we going to do today? I decided, it was funny, I just picked up the 110 scrapbooking idea and sketchbook. I haven't looked at this in a while, and I picked it up the other day, and then this sketch popped right out at me, and I thought, this is what I'm going to do, because I've been wanting to do this sketch, and I just never got around to it, and it's such a fun sketch. I actually have created it already before, but I want to do it again. I don't think I actually used it on a page. I think I made a base page with it. But anyway, so it's on page 101 if you're following along in the book. And I'm going to pop it up here on the screen so we can look at it in a little bit more detail. Okay, here we go. So this is what you see in the book. It's hard to put these 2 pages up on a screen, so I have them kind of squished in there. But anyway, the top is the sketch, the bottom is the inspiration, and it's just a little bit different this time. It has that big, nice block area in it where we can house a lot of photos, so I love that. And yet it highlights our beautiful pattern papers that we all love and gives us, excuse me, a couple of places for some great embellishment clusters. So pretty good, pretty good. So we're going to cut out the background piece, and we're going to do that in an L shape, which I'll explain. And then we're going to create the block in the center, and we'll put our photos on, and we'll create a little border that runs between both pages. Okay? I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be super easy once you see how we're going to do this. Okay, let's come on back. I'll bring you to my tabletop and we'll go ahead and get started. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to use some National Scrapbook Day papers. I just love the playfulness of these papers. Let me put this book aside in case I need to look at that, and move the coffee out of the way because I will spill that. It's so windy here today in California. Well, in my area. I don't know about all of California, but it's crazy. So I have a warm drink and a cold drink because that's how I roll on a windy day. I never know how my throat is going to handle all this wind. And yeah, hopefully power stays on. Okay, so here we go. I am going to use this beautiful icon paper from National Scrapbook Day. It's the cute little one with the mushrooms and these cute flowers. The back side is an orange or peachy gingham. I don't think my lighting is bringing that up. I feel like it's a little more orangey than it's showing up there. And then this is my coordinating piece of paper that I brought in for the third piece I was explaining to you. So those are the 3 pieces I need for my background piece and pages. And then I did bring in 1 extra piece. You don't really necessarily need this, but I bring that in. I might use that for some matting, but you could also use the back side of this piece if you want to, or just some cardstock. Okay, so let's put some of this aside really quick. and we'll go ahead and get started. So this is a blog post, and I was able to attach this in the description as well. It is a pretty packed description, let me tell you, today. And so if you want to follow along on the blog or you want to go check it out later, I did attach that in there as well. Okay, let's get our trimmers out. My piece is a directional piece, so you want to pay attention to that. And what I want to do is that we're going to cut our L shape out, and I want it to have this top and the side. Let me go ahead and put the sketch on the screen so we can kind of follow along, although it's not a very good photo because I couldn't find a great photo of it. So basically what I'm cutting out right now is where they have this plaid. I'm going to cut out that, and you can't really see it in this photo up here, but it's this white part. And this is, I think you can go pretty heavy with an icon paper here, because we're going to kind of tone it down by putting the blocks of paper in. Okay, so we just want to be mindful of that if you have a directional piece, to make sure that we're cutting it correctly. And so I want this to be the top corner of my left hand page, and we're going to cut this at 1.5 inches, and we're going to come down 1.5 inches. So you're not going to cut straight through. You're going to bring it down to the 1.5 inch line, which is this line right here. So I'm going to take the housing here, has that white mark. I'm going to line that up as best as I could with the 1.5 inch line here, and go ahead and cut. And this one I can go all the way down to the bottom. So I want to make sure my paper's straight. Okay. Now we're going to take it out and rotate it, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put it, the edge of the paper, at the 1.5 inch mark. And this time you can either use your cut line here if you can see it, or you can use the white line on the other side and line it up as best as you can to that 1.5 inch line on the trimmer, and then you can go straight down. Okay, so that's going to be the first side. Just lay it like that, and we're going to keep this one aside. We're going to bring that right back in to our layout in a moment. But we want to do the same thing to the other piece as well. Now this, because mine is directional, this corner here is what I want to be in the top right hand corner of my layout. Okay, so again, I will put that right at the 1.5 inch line and do the exact same thing. I'm lining the white line up to the 1.5 inch. I can't see that well. Okay, try that again. I'm making it nice and straight. It's that first line right there. Put my trimmer housing unit right there, push down, and I just want to straighten it out a tad. I'm just having an issue with that side of my lighting. And we're going to turn it around. We can go this direction, or you can turn it this way. And again, 1.5 inches. You could follow your cut line if you can see it. I can't really see it on mine, so I'm just going to line it up again one more time, and that should do it. Let's make sure. If you didn't quite get it, it should pop right off, or you can snip it out with your scissors. Okay, and then this is going to be what it looks like. Scoot that up a little bit. And then I need to change my screen around because I have some screens here that I don't need to see. There we go. Okay, and now let's bring this back up a little bit. This is where we're going to bring, we're going to bring in our coordinating piece or your colored cardstock. I wanted to use this blue paper. Now we just have a little bit showing through. I'm not even sure you can see it that well in the sketch up there, but it's just a little coming around the outside. And I think it's like 1/4 inch, but I'm gonna actually cut myself a whole inch, and just so I have a little bit more room for some tucking and for some layer on top of if I need to. I just want to have a little bit extra. Okay, you could also, what they think they recommended in the actual blog post is having 2 sheets of this and cutting I believe it was a 10 by 3/4 inch square. But I wanted to save some paper, so I'm going to not do that. And so, but since I'm saving some paper, I feel like I could be a little more generous with how big I'm cutting this line here. And then I'm going to miter them instead of using a whole block of paper. Okay, the block of paper does give you some more stability with your page though. So we do need to talk about that as well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do 4 of these. Anybody following along? Once you see it, I think it's a very adorable page, so you might want to go back, come back and watch again. Okay, like I said, we can save this one for if you want to do some matting. But let's go ahead and get these mitered. Turn my trimmer a little bit. So to miter, I take both my strips and I'm going to flip one on top of the other. So here's our idea. We're going to bring this one in. Let's bring that down up from the sketch there. Is going to be right here. So if mitering is not your thing, you could just align it up as well. I want to do some mitering. So we line these up. You put the 2 insides together so they meet up. Put it on our 45-degree line on our trimmer. I take the corner here and line it up to the cut line, which is that first dotted line. And there we go. And I'll do the same thing for these other 2, for the other page. And let's see, there we go. Okay. Let's do this side first. Oh, I need my trimmer one more time because we didn't trim a piece of paper to a 10 3/4 inch square. Let me just double check I'm giving you the right measurement there. I have it here on my screen. Yeah, 10 3/4. So I need to cut mine down to 10 3/4 now as well. And you could do that either before or after you miter. I'm just putting my tip of my paper there. So it's 1 1/4 inches on the other side. Of course, I moved them. So if it's easier for you just to trim off instead of lining up. There we go. And one more time. 10 3/4 inch strips. And there we go. Okay, I'll put this aside. Okay. And we are going to line it up so that our miter pieces touch together, and we might have to just play with it a little bit because we want it to also go to the edge of the paper. So I need to come down a little. That one looks pretty good. So it's going to look like that. Okay, so I'm going to bring my mat in, and I'm going to adhere these by just putting a little bit of repositionable tape along the edge. Where'd my other one go? Here it is. Okay. So yep, you just have to decide, do you like to miter or do you want to just cut the square? So mitering does take some time too, but I want to save my paper. And I'm just going to put that in place for a moment. That's why I use repositionable, so I could play around with it. Let's move that up a bit. There we go. I think that should work. Try the other side. So has anybody did this sketch before or tried this this one? What do you guys think of the mitering? Too much? There we go. And then we have to do the same thing on the other side. So we'll kind of put these in place. It's just a little piece that's hanging on there, and that's why doing the 10-inch or the 10 by 3/4 inch square sometimes might work out a little better because it's going to give the stability. But I'm going to come back through and put a little washi tape on mine. And I should have brought my bigger silicone mat out, because this would be a great time to use that one. But I'm getting the job done. Okay. For me, the biggest thing is I just want that bottom to be lined up. Then my miters will be lined up. I want it a little more. Once you have your repo on there, you can move it around a little bit. One more. So you save paper or you save time, right? Okay, there we go. That's my L shape with my miter edges. I like it. And now we're gonna bring in the two pieces that we cut originally, and we are going to turn it over and bring this piece in right around here. And here's why I wanted a little bit extra to kind of hold that in place. And you'll see now why we have to put this little piece here. That kind of is going to hold this one in place. So let me go ahead and get my mat. I think it's going to be a little easier to do. And I'm just going to go through and put it like that. And the main thing is that it equals a 12-inch piece at the end. There we go. And now I'm going to come back through. I probably won't do this all right now because I don't know if I have enough washi tape. But I have some washi tape. Oh, nope, don't have enough. I was just wondering, do I have enough? But anyway, I'm going to come back through with some washi tape and cover up that seam just to give it a little more stability. But I'll do that afterward. It'll be fine until then. It's just so I can move it around and put it in my album. And it's not going to be all so flimsy. Okay, one more. Turn that one over. Come through with our repositionable tape. Let's see. I'd rather do it this way. And line it up. I feel like, well, it's at the 12-inch mark. Why do I have so much exposed over here? Let's see if I bring it up a little bit more. Nope, I guess I just have more. I probably didn't put this one down. Let's bring it down a little bit out to the side edge a little bit more. I don't want that much showing because on the other side, I don't have that much showing. So, yep, I'm going to fuss with this. Sorry. but I want to do it before I get going here. There we go. Let's see. That should do it. And one more time. Let's line it up. Can you see? There we go. Still feel like I have a lot. Scoop it down and out. There we go. Okay, line that back up. There we go. And that is our page design. It takes 2 full pieces of pattern paper. You flip it over and bring it back in, but we have this little border around the outside. Okay, again, if you had a square, you would just adhere that square and then put this on top of the square. So what do you guys think? I think that's pretty, maybe I didn't make it look easy, but it was pretty easy. And it gives us all this area to put our photos. So I love that part. I love that we can put a lot of photos on here. Oh, sorry, I was just reading the comments. So you're gonna give this one a try. Gina, awesome. Yay. Yeah, I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty, you know, maybe mitering is not your thing, and you know, if you're not live doing it, it usually works out a lot better. But I think it came out good overall. And this is a really different design for me. I don't usually have like so low to the edge down here, so I like it. I like this one a lot. I'd probably be doing this one again sometime, just because it's such a unique look. So where would we put the photos on here? Like up in the sketch, I want to kind of keep what they have there. And you could put a 4x4 inch photo there, and it also will house a full 4x6 photo here. So pretty good. That's a lot of room within that whole block. And then a 4x6, you could put 2 of those going horizontally, and repeat the same thing on this other page, like this, and like that. So it can really get a lot of photos on here. You still have some areas you can decorate, and down here, down here is a great place to put a border. You can see they did that in the sketch, and we're going to do that as well. Okay, first I'm going to replace these with some photo mats. So I'm going to cut 2 photo mats, and I just have to make a decision now. This is the leftover from the blue, so if you really wanted to only use 3 pieces, you can use the back side. I think I wanted more of a pop of color, so I was going to try this green wood grain. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'm going to cut my mats 4x6, which means I will have to trim down my photos a little bit. But we get a nice clean cut. I'm only going to do 2. Now I should mention also, in the original blog post, they went a little bit of a funky cut on this part out here. So they kind of did it so it's going in and out. I wanted more of a clean look on mine. So when you go read the blog post, or even you could see it a little bit in the sketch, how it's kind of bumpy, because they did that intentionally. And I didn't want to do that part. So I'm just making it more my style. But if you like that, I say go for it. Yeah, I like this green. This one came in with the paper, so I think it's going to give me a little bit more pop of color. Okay, let's bring in my photos. So what I have for photos for this, I have such a cute print, and I thought it was perfect for. I have some random miscellaneous photos of my daughter from back in the day. I used to have a home childcare, and these are just some random photos from that time. So different things that we were doing during the childcare. So I'm just going to replace it. I thought it would be super cute with this background, kind of juvenile looking. Let's see. This one was already trimmed down, so I think I'm going to put that one right there. I like that. And then this one I'll trim down to go into that mat. We have this one, a lot of horizontal photos. Oh, you know what? Not this one. We will do this one. Okay, so let me trim that down and get rid of these. These won't need to be there. I'm not going to mat these. I just wanted to show you guys how you can fit. You can also do a lot of, smaller photos if you had smaller photos. I happen to have these nice bigger photos, so why not? Okay, let's push that up. And I just need to trim this. Oh, I should trim it the same. 3.5. And it's probably about 5 inches, I'm guessing, or 5.5 it looks like. That way they're both the same. And I had plenty of room on that one to do that. This photo is dated 2000. Wow, and it probably is. I mean, I'm sure it is, but oh, that was 24 years ago. My goodness. Okay, let me go ahead and get these on. I know I'm going to commit to those. Okay. Okay. And I could go ahead probably and adhere these down, or at least these ones. Let's start with this. What do you guys think of these National Scrapbook Day papers? I'm loving them. I don't know if I just really like the colors. Let's see, how am I going to do this one? Up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and commit to these horizontal photos. Of course, you could trim them down if you wanted to. Some of these photos are from 2001, so they're not all. Oh, that's going to stay there for a minute, kind of as my little placeholder. You could put photos here, or like they did in the sketch, they had to make room for a journaling area and a title. So if you need to do that, then those would be great areas to incorporate those. I will be using one for journaling. I just want to kind of highlight for her what she was doing and where she was in these like different photos. So I do have some journaling to say, just to remind her. Obviously she was very little and she doesn't remember. She's so cute there. Aww. This one says 2002. So it's good to know that. So when I'm journaling, I will say photos from 2000 to 2002. I have a ton of these photos to make miscellaneous pages for all of my kids, but so we did a lot of things during that time, but they didn't necessarily end up in my family album. Straightening this one out just a tad. Okay, now let's work on this area. Let's do our punch, because I decided I'm going to, they have, in the inspiration for this, if you saw when I first had it up on the screen, they had some layered borders here. So they had a border punch out, I believe they had a chain border making cartridge, and then a border strip sticker. So there's lots of options that you could do there. I'm going to go a little bit easier today And I'm just going to, I think my photo is actually crooked, punch out one border and put it right along the bottom. So for that, I'm going to bring in this new forest mushroom punch because I have a lot of mushrooms around on my border. So I thought perfect timing to bring this in. And it just so happens my daughter is more of a science geek and she loves anything to do with mushrooms. So, I mean, back then, did I know that? No. But do I know that now? Yes. So she will love this, that I put this on her page. So I'm just going to punch out one row of that. Ooh, this is really thick. This is hot cocoa, but it seems really thick. Yeah, so she would love this. In fact, I had this punch for a couple weeks and then I forgot to tell her. So when I showed her, she was like, what? So yeah, it means a lot now, but back then we didn't know that she was gonna be into all that. Well, maybe it's a good thing I'm behind scrapbooking. I know more of their personalities. Okay. This is a super cute punch because it already comes with a wave right there. And let me take off some of these little strips. And let's see, I'm probably gonna let's see what 1 1/4 looks like. Yeah, I think I'll do 1 1/4 inches. I could bring in some other strips too if I want to. I need half on each side. So let's see where 6 inches falls. Falls right there in the middle of these. So let's go ahead and cut that and see what we have to do here. I'm just going to cut straight through that bottom mushroom and then take out the extra. Round it off. There we go. And same thing over here. Round off that mushroom. I think I'll cut it in a little bit. There we go. And there we go. Super cute, super easy. If you wanted to come back in, and actually I might, let's try that. Because I could bring in some more of the blue that we used in our border. Let's do just a 1/2 inch strip and see if we like it. Again, I'll do 6 inches. Don't necessarily need to have my trimmer for this, but it's out. There we go. And then you can house your little border, my little mushrooms, right on top like that. That's cute. There we go. There we go. Yeah, and I got to use my border. Okay, nice. We'll even all that out when we go to, well, let me just adhere it now actually. Why not? She's wearing a lot of blue in the photos too. Okay. I don't know if it, try and line them up as close as possible, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. They'll be close enough. The right side. There we go. There we go. Fun. Okay. So now I want to work up here because I want to put a journaling box, and I brought one in from my stash because I kind of wanted a little bit darker blue. I like this blue matches the background perfectly. The back side is pretty nice too. If I cut one of those, it's going to be going the wrong direction, a 3/4. So I'm going to do a little bit of a haircut. Let's see. This is 6 inch by 4 inches. Okay, I want it to be about a 4-inch to replace my photo. Let's do that. Let's do 3.5. Let's see if this works out. Oh boy. I've done this before. I always take my journaling boxes and cut them down for some reason. Let's use this as a template. And then I don't even need that much. I want to bring back in this edge though, is what I'm looking for. If you're wondering, what is she doing? We'll just do 1.5. I'm going to take off a little piece over here. Okay. There will be a seam there, but it's okay. I don't think it'll be very noticeable. I even can take off a little more if I want to. 1/4 inch. Put this back on my little template here and line it all up. There we go. A little ad lib photo box there, and you can see that line, but I'm probably going to embellish, so we'll see if I cover some of that up. If not, I think it's okay. I could have made it a little bit tighter by, I might come back through with some wet glue. That'll help kind of spread that down and hold it down in place a little bit. There we go. Let me go ahead and put that on. I'm going to use some Repo in case I need to pull it off to adjust it. And that'll be my journaling area. Okay, over here I am going to put a photo. So I have this one photo left, and I do want it to be a 4x4. Bring in my little thing here because I want to have it here. When they did embellishing in the sketch, they did embellishing here, here, and yeah, down here. So I'm since I have to trim the photo, I'm just trying to see the best place to trim it so that I could maybe embellish in the corners. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come right to like her waistline and then do 4 inches. There we go. So that kind of gives me some open area there that I can cover up easily and won't feel like I'm covering up too much of my photo. Okay, let's go ahead and get this one down. Again, I want to use Repo on that one in case I need to adjust it. Okay. Now for embellishing. Of course, there are some stickers and stuff that came with this, but I think I'm going to bring in some tools to do some embellishing instead. So I have a whole tray over here. You might have seen when we first logged in, but I have a bunch of tools, so why not use them? So of course I want to bring in the new fresh flower punch because this flower is the same flower that we see throughout the whole background piece. So I'm going to bring in that, and I have a bunch of scraps here. I brought in some coordinating cardstock and some scraps from this live collection. Here's the sticker sheet in case we decide to dip into that, because there are some really cute flowers on here I might want to use. And I still have the 2 pieces that we cut into for this. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do. Let's cut a few let's punch a few flowers. So I know for sure I want to do that. Move some of this aside. Take that out so you don't have a glare, too many glares, sorry. Okay, so for my flowers, let's see, blues, orange. Oh, I don't think I brought any baby blue in. That's okay. Let's put that one aside. We have both of these. Some yellow. I brought in some scraps from other collections as well. And let's just pull out a few here. We have green, Kelly green is another coordinating, but I brought in some pattern paper scraps too. Okay, and I guess that's tangerine is the only piece I have. I must not have had a scrap. Let's punch a couple. You can see I was already playing with something else. So I'm just gonna do a few. If I don't use them all on this layout, that's okay. Let me do a couple on the yellow. Oh, let's see if this is gonna be big enough. It is. Okay, you get all this cute little fallout, which I'm not gonna use the solid colors today, but what I have found about this punch that I really like to do, let's see, let's do, no, let's see. Yeah, let's do this orange piece. Yeah, let's do the orange because it's a little bit darker. Punch out another one. I'll probably save that for a future layout, but what I've been really enjoying about this punch is decorating it, because there's a couple different ways that we can decorate it. So what I've been doing the most is this method. So I have the punch out and I'm just going to take some repo and put it on the top around like that. And if you have 2-sided paper that you like both sides, it works great. But since I used cardstock, it's the same on both sides. And you get 7 little petals that come out, and I'm just going to bring them all in. So if you use double-sided paper that you like both sides of, then you have very little waste. But now I have an extra flower for another layout. In fact, I'll bring that flower back in and show you my other method of how to use this punch. That's super cute too. Okay. And I'm just lining them all up pretty much on top of, in between, there's like a little area between each petal. And I'm actually gonna probably move them in a little closer. Because I like it tighter. I have seen some examples too where they only use 6 of the little petals, but I like the look of them being tight and pushed into the center. That's why I used the repo, so I could move it around. So there, that's what it looks like. Let me pull that up so you can see it so far. And then this little centerpiece will fit perfectly inside there. And I'm turning it over, has one little dot on it, but that's cute. There we go. Super cute flower. I love it much more when it's decorated than when it's just plain. Okay, the other thing I've been doing is, let's see, grab my circle punch. You don't really need to punch it with the circle punch first, but I found that I like it better. It's easier to maneuver. So what I've been doing is I punch out a circle. We'll stick with this orange. It shows up pretty well on there. And then I'm going to attach this to the edge, and then I'm just going to fussy cut around it. So I'm going to get it to the edge as close as I can. Okay, so it's like that. And then I'm just going to bring in my scissors and go around the rest that aren't hanging off the edge. So I don't know why the circle helps me, but obviously you could just use any scrap that you have. And so I've only put Repo on the center part so I can lift it up and kind of cut underneath the flower. And I found that this is so much easier. You could flip those over, the little petals that fall out, and flip them around. Of course, not with my cardstock, but if you had pattern paper, and you could position them right in there, but I don't know. I like this method better just because it's a little quicker for me. And then you can punch out anything, any color. Well, we're just playing now. And stick it right in the center there. Or a little gem. Do I have any here with the gems? I was really playing with this one for a video I have coming up, actually. And there we go. Let me hold that one up too. Cute. The circle punch doesn't, or the punch I use doesn't quite fit, but you get the idea. Let me see if I have my sample. No, I don't. Sorry. I thought I would have my sample here, but I put some little gems in the center, and it looks really cute too. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do for my layer, my embellishing. I just have to decide what I'm going to punch here. So let's start with some leaves too. So Kelly Green is my coordinating paper, and it's going to look nice. I think I actually brought in some dark green too in case we wanted to. I'm going to punch a few out just to have them handy. If I don't use them, they go in my box. So I'll use them one day. Let's do 3. Whoops. This one is just 5 leaf punch. I know a lot of us have this one, but I don't think it's not available anymore. So we have to decide what we're going to put on those. Let's see if we should punch out another, not green. I don't want green necessarily. Let's do, I like blue. We'll do it this way. And we're gonna make, oh, it's cute. I'm gonna make one of these with some blue. Do this one a little bit faster. Maybe. These little pieces are tiny, and I think I left my tweezers in the other room, but tweezers would work good to move these in. Okay. Moving those. Have you guys had a chance to play with this punch? I'm sure there's even more things available to do with it, but I'm loving it. At first I thought, oh, it's so big, but then once I started doing this, it makes it look more like a flower. And I'll put that little dot, should be different color blue. There we go. I'm going to take this one out. Not sure I like that. Let me see if I have any gems handy. Nope. I wouldn't say that was handy, but I happen to have these. I like the yellow. Let's go with the yellow. So I'm just making some embellishments first, and then I'll come back in and do some decorating. Let's do, will one fit in here? I just need the petals. Okay. Real quick, do one more. Just because it's fun, right? I love this, this part. Oops. Make that tighter. Okay. I'm just going to do this one really quickly, and if I have to, I'll go back later and readjust my petals. I know that you don't want to see this so many times. Probably should have prepped this before. Okay, let's move one. There we go. And put a little bit of a dot in the center, and there we go. Actually, I'll leave that there, but I want to bring in another gem. There we go. Okay. Any other flowers I will add later. So let's bring back in our layout and get to some embellishing. Oops. Okay. So let's see. Hi, Cindy. Yep, we're just finishing up. I'm trying to get some embellishings. I'm trying to punch out some embellishings for this layout. Okay, so I have this empty area up here, so I'm going to add some of these flowers I just cut out and my leaves. Let's see. Let's do an orange one. There's also some other punches that would work really great for this too. If you have this one, the embossed blossoms, this is a great one too, that the flower matches pretty good. I think I want an orange one though. Let's do it again. So lots of punches. Yep, I like the orange one, and I'm going to come back in and put a gem in there. And then I do have a title, and I didn't really feel like I need a title for this one. You know, you don't always need journaling and titling on every page, but sometimes it helps with your journaling actually, right? So I had this one, it's an enamel one, but here on some wax paper. And it's a little plastic thing. It says here and now, and I thought maybe I could somehow get this as my title and do something like that. I might have to put a little foam underneath that there. So kind of coming out of my cluster. Thank you, Cindy, for the reminder. Yes, if you're enjoying this video, please, it really does help to spread. Anytime you like anybody's video, it does help to spread their content to other users in YouTube, and it is really appreciated by us. That's how we kind of get around out there. So thank you for the reminder, and if you wouldn't mind, a thumbs up would be great. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to kind of come close to this line here so we don't maybe cover up some of it. This blue one is going to make its way in. There. We have one extra leaf. Oh, look, I had the yellow one. Let's put the yellow one there. Why not? Okay, then I will. Where'd my little gems go? Well, maybe we'll come back with some more gems. I actually have some blue ones laying here as well. Let's see what that looks like. Yep. Just bringing in all the colors that I'm already using. Do the same thing over here. And now they did some in the sketch, they did a little bit here. If I do, I would want to kind of tuck that over. So I don't know if I'm going to do that. I think I'll just, I don't know. I'm not going to punch out another flower for you guys. I know I did so many already. You're going, what? But I think I would have to scoot it over because I wouldn't want to layer on top of my cute little mushroom. So I think for now I'm going to leave that empty. But I do want to bring in a couple other things. A couple other punches I have here that I thought went really well with this. Well, we have our bumblebee punch. We're getting to that time of year again where we want to bring in some on these layouts. I could do yellow. Let's see. It's fun when you're working with scraps because you don't really care, right? You're like, okay, if it doesn't work out, I will save it. Yeah, I agree. I probably should come back through there and put some white on the title, right? Because I can cut around it pretty easily with some white and make it pop out a little bit more. Oh, over here I have too much yellow going on for my bumblebee. You could actually go toward the bottom there. Let's do a little darker bumblebee and see if we like it. We'll do orange. It's your page, right? Bees could be whatever color you want them to be. Oh, I kind of like the orange. He's just kind of coming out there. That's cute. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that there. I don't think I'm going to put one over here though because I have my title. But what I do want to bring in is, and Sharon, I don't know if you're still on. You're not going to be surprised if I bring in my tab punch, right? I love this tab punch. It gives you just a little bit of something on your layout. So I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go with orange. I'm looking at my layout here to see. And this orange I like because it's a little bit darker. Oh no, suggestions are good, right? It's like we're at an actual crop and we can help each other. With scrapbooking, there's a lot of decisions, right? Okay, so I punched out one in orange and we could either, I'm looking at the back side, it's a stripe, but I like this solid. This top one is more of a solid. We could either fold it and use it together. I'm thinking to come up here. I'll come closer to my embellishment cluster, actually. Not touching it or anything, but I'm thinking of one here and then one on that photo. I think I'll use orange also. All of a sudden, I like this darker orange. Let's scoop this up. I feel like I'm way off to the side over there. Okay, see if I can fold this one a little better. Well, it goes behind anyway, but oh, I'm having a little, there we go. Okay, so I'm thinking one here and one there. Let me get my glue. I like to just use a little bit of, there you are, yep, there. Yep, I'm trying to work it in as much as I can. We're just joking because she knew I was going to buy this as soon as she saw it come out. Oh, let's see. Got a little glue in my finger. I'm just going to put it, you know what? If I scoop my layout down where I can actually reach it, it'll be a lot easier. Okay. This is just a little bit of quick dry glue, but you do have a little time to play. So the reason I'm adding these is I'm going to bring in some little word stickers. My next favorite thing, right, is my word stickers. This glue is acid free. Okay. And I'm going to have to redo that, but I will get all that adhered. Oh, I kind of, uh-oh, might be too late. Okay, well, I kind of got onto his head there, but he's not so important. It's her and my other children that are in there. But yep, I could have scooted that over just a tad so it's not on his head. but the glue does dry a little bit quick. Okay, so I have some word stickers here that I want to bring in, and just to kind of, you know, talk about my page a little bit at the same time, you know, kind of gives people something to do while they're looking at your layout. So let's see, there's a lot that would fit. Sweetheart, silly, although that's what I was looking, I don't think she's necessarily being that silly. Save that one for a different one. So much fun. Now, it's cute because it goes with it. Best day ever, family fun. There's a lot of good ones. Always and forever. Oh. Laugh more. Okay, there's so many, so we'll just pick a couple. And sometimes I do have to trim them down a little bit. Sometimes I turn them into banners. I'll bring it over here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to trim it so it fits better on my tab. It would fit toward the bottom of the tab, but I kind of want it up more toward the top. I'm going to try and do a straight cut right here. That's why I didn't want my layout right here, but there we go. Okay. Trim the bottom. Okay. Feel that this little tab punch is perfect for bringing in these little word sentiments that we just love to use. If I can get it straight now. Oh my goodness, I could, maybe it's my cut line. Seeing how I was doing that freehanded. There we go. Laugh more. I think that's cute. And what's she holding on to here or on the left? This one? This one is and I'm not sure which one you're asking about. So this one is like a butterfly puppet. This one, she's at a gymnastics place we used to go to. So she's hanging on to like their little makeshift parallel bars for small children. If it's this one, then she's holding on to a bag of candy. So I think, my left would be this one. Or this one. Maybe that's a reptile guy, bringing in reptiles. Okay, so what other one did I like? I like the sweetheart. You know, I just realized my fonts are 2 different colors, though. Let's keep it to, not that it matters, but we'll keep it to the same. How about 2 thumbs up? Will that fit? Might be kind of big. Kind of big. Okay, we're going back to the other one, the sweetheart. I liked it. Again, I'm going to trim it down. Because she's definitely a sweetheart. She, when she was this young too, she was just so easygoing. She's just my easygoing kid. Has always been from day one. Easy, easy child. Okay, line that up. There we go. So that just kind of gives me a little bit more talking points, right, on my layout. So let me go ahead and turn. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to embellish down here. I will get all of these adhered down and kind of regroup them, but you kind of see where I'm going. In fact, I'll rearrange it here. I'll probably put that one up on a little piece of foam. And same with that orange one right there. Give it a little bit of definition. Let me come back to the overhead without all of that. Line it up. There we go. As good as we can. There we go. So, I like it. Super simple. I love the layout. I know the mitering, it took me a little longer, but I guarantee give it a try. You will like it. Oh, it was the butterfly puppet. Yeah, that's a, I mean, it's actually a ladybug, but yeah, it's, it can't really tell maybe. It looks huge, huh? Her little hand. But yeah, give this layout a try. I think that you'll see that it's I like it because it shows off all my beautiful pattern paper, which I love, and then it gives me a lot of room for photos. So I got 7 photos on here. These I didn't trim at all. So those are full-size photos. These I trimmed a little bit. But you wouldn't have to if you wanted to just put a 4x6 here and no mat, that would be fine too. And then this one, of course, I trimmed down to a 4x4. So 7 photos is pretty good. I like it. If I had more, I could use my peekaboo pockets, but I don't have any more for this one. So let me come on back. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And I hope, yeah, I really do hope you, yeah, Gina, are you going to try it now that you saw it? I hope you do. But that's all I have for today, everybody. Again, thank you so much for joining me and helping me create 2 pages that are ready for my album. So I hope that you get some scrapping done today or this weekend, and enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the spring weather everywhere. Okay, so take care, everybody, and until next time, bye.